Well, hello, and welcome to part 3 of our playthrough of Phantasy Star Zero. Here, yeah, blah, 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 blah. Doesn't matter. Anyway, so first things first, clear out a little bit of housekeeping. I said in an earlier video that I'd named this character Leela after the lead singer from a group called Crumb. Well, I googled the band and it turns out she spells her name L-I-L-A, so this character's a Futurama reference from this point on. It certainly isn't that I'm an idiot. This character's a Futurama reference. Also, quick reminder, there is definitely going to be some emulator jank here and there, and also I will be paraphrasing. No, it's E's, not I's. I'll be paraphrasing some of the redundant text. If you look down here at our other character, McTesterson, now has a playtime of 13 hours, and has in fact completed the game. So she's left us a whole bunch of cool gifts, but I think that's all the key points. Let's jump back in. Headphone. Alright. So, yeah, we've unlocked that. Also, hello. Look here, and I'm gonna sell this stuff right out the gate. Okay. So one thing that I didn't mention before, because I didn't really have to, is that equipment in this game does have a level requirement. And considering some of the stuff that we're going to get from the other character, it's going to be a big deal. So let's have a look. Level required 12. Level required 26. Level required 32. Let's look through some of these 12s. There's a particular... claws tags. I'm gonna grab these. I'm gonna need another level before we can use them. That's fine. And frame gotta be level 20 for that, but green numbers are good. That's, in that case, not good enough. It's like 2 points difference. And tentacle tundra. 67 monochromers. Let's put some of these to use. Let's see. Okay, I can't use them on the lapis fangs, so that's annoying. Take off one of these. So let's just pump some points into our armor here. There. Oh, we may end up having some decent defense. Okay. Before I do anything else. I'm gonna grab some of these ones as well. And while we're at it, put those back. And yeah, sure, have that. There, now we can use these on this. There, so when we hit level 12, those will officially be better than the weapon we currently have. Alright, and so last time we defeated the big octopus. And so now we're at the part where we gotta go looking for Ogie's head. And also that video projector that apparently shows our likeness from 200 years ago. Have you ever seen an octopus with feet? Ain't pretty. So this is a real ruin site. Civilization before the Great Blank. And also the Great Brank. It really is. I wonder when it was built. It must have been centuries ago. I take it this is your first time? Yes, I've read about ruins in books, but they never went into much detail. It's amazing and enormous. You could fit a whole city in here and have room to spare. What could possibly have happened to demolish something this big? Nobody knows. We're all so in the dark, we couldn't come up with a better name than the Great Blank. Kinda pathetic. But maybe it won't be long until we learn. Let's head on in. Right, come on, Leela. Kai, might I ask you a question? What's up? Sarissa and Leela exhibit a curiosity towards the Great Blank. That explains their willingness to risk the dangers involved in coming here. You don't appear to share their enthusiasm for uncovering the past. Why come along? Surely you're aware of the risks. Yeah, don't get me wrong, I'm just as curious as the next guy. But I do see where you're coming from, and I can't say you're totally off base. I'm just not that into ruins. Alright, I guess I'm being kinda roundabout in my answer. Look, you know the Hunter's Creed, right? Well, that's why I'm here. So you came here for them? But the Hunter's Creed? The one that states that all people are brothers? I'd always thought of it as an unwritten rule that we all need to cooperate to help one another survive. It hardly seems reason enough to risk the danger of coming to a place like this. It's just been over a year. Take it from me as someone who's been around. Decided to give working for other people a try. Okay, yeah, long story short, he used to be selfish. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we're not actually... People once lived beneath the city. It's an open secret. Have they all forgotten? It wasn't much of a secret when they all remembered. Another die grinder. Okay. Fair warning, those red boxes explode. Remember, but I think this may also be our first time encountering killer robots. Everybody here just seems to kind of take that one for granted. Level 12. That means... Alright. I probably mentioned this back in the first episode, but daggers here. Those are your slightly lower damage, but much faster weapon. And the combo has 5 hits instead of 3. Yeah, we go in daggers. And hello, Kamega. Not only did we switch to daggers, but I had so many die grinders in storage from my other playthrough that we have daggers plus 22 right now. So... Yeah, the best daggers I currently have are, they're still in storage because I'm not high enough level to use them. But, they look like boxing gloves. Hey, Joey. We're just searching the ruins to find a body for our friend. Who is at the moment a talking severed head. About how much farther, Ogie? I'd say we're about halfway there. Why, are you tired? Well, yeah. Do you have any idea how heavy you are? Your head needs to go on a diet, man. Just roll him. Ooh, I like the way you think. His head's all lumpy, though. It'd be more effort to chase it all over the place. Er, you guys? Are those dead bodies? They're not, right? Are they? Looks like a part of a cast to me. The metal plate you're standing on is likely from a cast exoskeleton as well. It's not particularly unusual. This place was once a city. It follows that it was inhabited at one point, no? Well, yes, but still, there are just so many of them. It's not pretty, I'll give you that. All the more if you're not used to it. Hey, is this? What? Hey, what are you doing? Excuse me, I'll thank you not to throw me around. Oh, sorry, buddy. I thought I saw a foot there. A foot? Hold on a sec, there could be a... Aha! A cast body. It's more or less in one piece. If the body is intact, it is possible the cast is merely still in stasis. Well, no, the head is lost beyond repair. I'm afraid this one is gone. I'm sorry. The body may still be functional. I'm sorry, but could I ask you to place me up against the neck socket? The neck... Wait, are you just going to steal his corpse? Is that really okay? I know this person's not using it anymore, but it's their body, right? The cast essentially exists as a head. Our relationship to our bodies is like yours to your clothes. In that respect, the style may not be a great fit, but I'm in no position to be choosy. Yep. Perfect. Now just slide me into the neck aperture there. What's wrong? Ogie, are you alright? I'm fine. Thanks kindly, partner. Partner? What's happened to you? You seem less than fine. Are you sure you're alright? Darn tootin', little missy, I'm A-okay. See, Joey's in this game too. We casts have a little thing called sub-memory stored in our bodies, see? That gizmo floods the memory of any new inhabitants with the data that can cause some nasty little errors. That sounds incredibly dangerous. Aw, it ain't nothing dangerous about it. At least not this time. Most of the sub-memories have gone her anyway. Language circuits fried like a leg of Aunt Bessie's chicken. But who gives a hoot, am I right? At least I can walk. Body's been hit with the old ugly stick a few times, but beggars can't be choosers. I'm just glad I don't have to lug your head around anymore. Actually, scratch that. How long before you start talking like a normal person again? If you don't pay it no, never mind. It's not like it'll hurt you, Kai. I'm asking because it does hurt. I feel like my ears are crying. Don't you worry about your precious little head. I'm still me. It won't take 2 shakes for me to sort out this language bug, so try not to get your britches in a knot till then. So does that mean this cast spoke that way back then when he was alive? I'd reckon so, missy. Seems from what sub-memories left, he was treated like a real odd customer. People said he was loonerier than a coon dog. Wait, you mean everyone else didn't talk the same way? Course not. That's just bonkers. And kind of a relief. Blah, blah, blah. Thank you. You gotta watch out with these big apes here. He's got a wide swing, and he sometimes fakes you out and hits you with the other fist. And I think he sometimes has a gun, but that might be a palette swap. Either way, they are pretty tricky enemies. You gotta be cautious. We've come a long way. Perhaps it's something to celebrate. But I feel sick. Am I the only one? Whoa! Hold on there, little doggies. Could that be any more obnoxious? What? What is it? I don't get all ornery on me now. I just done found an interesting little tidbit in this here sub-memory of mine. The secret of the Great Blank? Oh, wouldn't that be a hoot? I'm afraid not. So I found an old map. Just might give us a clue or three as to where we go looking for new ruins. Well, that's a nice find. New ruin sites mean more chances to dig up stuff that'll make life easier for everyone. What's the map of? This area? Well, actually, I don't rightly know. Old as it is, there's bits of data missing. It'll take me a lick to figure it out. Now, there's no rush. Why don't you just do it later? We're here to check out that machine with Leela on it right now, right? There'll be plenty of time after we get back to the city to piece together that map. If new spots turn up to explore, the four of us can head out again. Yes, that makes sense. Let's reiterate the obvious again. And more complaining about Ogie's accent. And we're back. Also, I kind of forgot to mention, but it should be said, Ogie is now a party member, and he is a gunner. And he's not very good at it, unfortunately, but... at least we now have someone who can do small amounts of chip damage from a safe distance. He's a little more survivable than the other two because of that. How much does that do? 30? Well. what generally tends to happen with him is that he'll shoot at an enemy and there'll be a piece of level geometry between him and the thing he's aiming for, and he'll just miss over and over again. Like in those old games where you hide behind a wall and the bad guys just shoot at the wall over and over again. And also, if you look at his character model, you can see like just how much of a mismatch his head is with the rest of his body. That red beam hurts you if you walk into it. It's like right there where you're seeing the word guard in yellow letters. That's because he's trying to hit a target with an invisible wall between him and the enemy. Though it's not actually doing any damage. Now, there's another thing you can do in this game that I never really did back in the day, but worth a shot. If you hold down both shoulder buttons, you get different sort of weird special attacks like that. And, well, there's another one. I'll finish this guy before showing it. But that move needs to charge up, and the UI element to show you whether or not it's charged is kind of weird looking. It's not super important. Okay, well, now I can show this off in safety if these guys would stop following me like a bunch of puppies. The other thing you also have is a charge move. And that varies depending on which weapon you use, so you just hold down attack. Another thing you can do, in theory, I learned this the other day, is that if you dodge roll and then hit attack while you're mid-roll, you can actually eat up a little bit of your charge time to make the move happen a little quicker. A little bit, but the charge attack I find it's not super useful against bosses specifically. Where I was using them a lot on my test playthrough was dealing with like swarms of bats and stuff. And yeah, being able to reduce the charge time does help a lot in that respect. Where'd they go? Oh, there you are. How many diamonds do I have? Oh, full 10. Okay. Okay, so this is the boss. Before we go there, there's a couple more rooms we could go have a look at. 120 probably won't hit level 14, but... Uh-oh. Okay, I'm currently, it's whatever this game, whatever they call confuse in this game, that's what hit me. Which is why my character was just sort of running around wherever. Red boxes mean good drops. Power material. Nice. So that... I think I mentioned this earlier, but yeah, that just permanently increases one stat by 1 point. No enemies on screen, they still manage to hurt themselves. Guys are standing worryingly close to that exploding box. And Kaigon got himself killed. But don't worry about him. And in case I never mentioned it, because I think maybe I forgot, you can get small, like, incremental stat increases by feeding certain types of items to your mag. Okay. I thought for sure that was going to set off those traps, those turrets. Kai's dead again. Sarissa's not far behind. Are the turrets up there? Now they're active. Okay, can these ones aim? These ones can aim, okay. Oh no, shield rope, I think that's a technique user's equipment. Okay, so Kai's alive again. And he's healed now. Wait, was there more? No, that was the end, okay. Now I got a little walking to do, and then it's going to be boss time. Something wrong. I keep getting these weird coughs. He doesn't, so it must not be from the pollution. This'll be the one. Video inside of this here doohickey's got you in it, Leela. I've never seen anything like it. How do you work it, Ogie? 'Tain't nothing too hard, Missy. I done it once before. I'll have it running up for you in a skinny second. I've never heard the phrase skinny second before. Joey, you'll have to confirm if that one's real. And that should do her. Image should pop up over yonder in 2 shakes. And then they show this nice image here where you are conveniently obscured. Oh wow, that does look just like you, Leela. I can see why Ogie and Nicholas would be surprised. Okay, so it's not just me then. What do you suppose Leela's fighting here? It's not a cast. I guess you'd call it a robot? Let me get a look at that for a second, actually. Okay, yeah, and there's like another one in the sky. I guess it's some kind of ship or something. Never mind. It sure ain't no cast I ever saw. I'm still impressed with the whole projected images thing. They had some wild technology back before the blank. Says the guy who relies on teleporters on a daily basis, but is super impressed with a TV screen. Judging from how banged up the metal is, I'd say about 200 years a good estimate, age-wise. Video's a mite fuzzy in spots, but I reckon the machine's busted a bit. But at least she's still running. Do any other machines here work? I don't know, but I'll bet you dollars to dumplings there are other machines like this around. Some may still work. This place may not just be videos, neither. Could be all sorts of good stuff lying around in here. Like a machine that can fix the way you talk? Please. Please. So Kai is Jessica in this scenario. Although the twang has gotten lighter, think you've worked it out of your system, Ogie? I reckon it won't be long now, Missy. Figure I'll kind of miss it once it's gone. Maybe I'll save for the... No! Do not save it! There aren't any hostiles around, so can you get it taken care of already? Alright, cowboy, simmer down. That should do it. There, back to boring old Ogie. Are you happy now? You have no idea. It's like a nail through my skull's been yanked out. Wait, that doesn't sound good. I fail to see how something as minor as an accent could be such an issue. You humans are inscrutable at times. Anyway, now that that's taken care of, let's take a look around. Yes, I'm curious to see what other... Huh, everyone get back. Whew, that was a close shave. A lightning technique? Oh no. You again? Captain Reeve? Oh, the one from the mountains. Sarissa, this has gone far enough. I demand explanation. Reactivating a ruin site side by side with these lesser beings? That is precisely the opposite of your mission. Sarissa? Captain Reeve, I know we were taught that the people living on the surface were beneath us. Even though they're on the surface, wrap your head around that. That humans were the ones who turned the planet into this wasteland. But they're spending time together with them, speaking with them. I've learned that that's just not true. I mean, it's true that they have their faults. We all have our failings. But they're lovely people. The humans are working with the casts, helping them survive without their memories. They've built a life together. I can't accept that they're inferior to us in any real way. Then you claim the world simply annihilated itself? Who could have wrought this destruction but humans? I don't know. Of course you don't. You've merely deluded yourself into accepting an impossibly sentimental dream. There can be no mistake in the words of our benevolent mother. But Captain, have you seen their cities? Bursting at the seams with life and joy and energy? How could a people who create such a home for themselves have destroyed their world? But, you say? Chimega is today's winner of the internet. Of course, that joke is only going to make sense if you've either played or watched someone play other Phantasy Star games, but... You believe the sacred teachings of our life-giving mother to be wrong. Is that so? No, I would never say that, but it doesn't make sense. That's why we should be exploring their society. It's plain to see they've tainted you. Small loss. You've fallen from an incompetent failure to a traitor. Hey, bucko. I don't know who you are, but I'm not about to let you talk to her like that. Oh, you're going to ignore me here. I'm just so far beneath you, huh? Seen better manner from hostiles. Quite mouthy for a subordinate species. But no matter. I can forgive a few ill-considered words given the fact that none of you will be leaving this place. Captain, please. I think now is the time when we should be joining hands with the surface people. Working with them. If we learn the truth of what happened, we can make sure it never happens again. All of us. Together. Silence! You can join your human and caste compatriots in slumber, here in these ruins for all time. And so this is our first fight with Captain Reeve. Naturally, it's not going to be a fair fight. He's going to... This boss is a little irritating, but not overwhelmingly difficult. Big thing is he's going to charge and then turn around and shoot. And then he just kind of moseys around for a bit. God, it's rubbing off on me. And then he'll charge and then turn around and shoot again. Meanwhile, the big guy over here, he'll do more later. Oh, there he goes. He drills these big holes in the ground. And if you step on top of the crater, you'll get slowed. Oops, didn't mean to use two of those. And I actually didn't use any of them. Weird. Come on. There we go. Okay, Ogie's down. Charge, turn, shoot. There he goes. I can't even tell if that does damage. Yeah, that charge move was actually a lot better than I thought. There it goes, and then shoot. And there he goes. Katrovin, you were right. Using those charge moves on the boss did actually make a pretty big difference. Impossible! Impossible! Not to these creatures. These maggots. Captain Reeve, please, just listen to me. I see. Humans cast Newmans. It appears the races form more than the sum of their parts together. This is dangerous. I'll have to report back immediately. No, please, just wait a minute. Captain Reeve, please. Traitor. Lesser creatures. I doubt we shall meet again. I look forward to watching you wither away on this shriveled planet. Hey, Sarissa, how about we put an end to the secrets? Oh, Kai. You're right, I should have done this a long time ago. Leela, Kai, Ogi? I'm not human. I'm a Newman, an extinct race. Well, at least here on the surface. Also, we're referred to as mutants in the old Genesis games. Just... Newmans? That's something I didn't expect to find here. I thought none had survived. I'm sorry for not telling you. That doesn't matter. Even if you had, I probably wouldn't have believed it. I mean, you may as well have said you were a dinosaur. Newmans are the stuff of legends. So what else? I get the feeling there's more to this story than just that. No, I'm not going to press you, you know that by now. But are you really sure you want to keep it in any longer? Are you really okay with that? No, I'm just not. I need a little more time. And there are other people who should hear this too. If you're sure, that sounds good. I can't think of a better place to speak in private. Ooh, 2 more die grinders. We're gonna put those to very good use. Do anything with this one? There you go. I don't think they sell for a lot of money, so you might as well just use them. Okay, there's going to be a bit more exposition coming up here as soon as we finish all the administrative stuff. Ogie, you've found yourself a new body. Indeed, I'm eager to start working off the time I was out of commission. The specs are less than ideal, but they should be adequate for me to continue work as a hunter. I'm glad to hear it. Glad to hear... Dude, no. Work off the time he was out of commission? No, no. Hunters need breaks. Especially broken hunters. We've got something that needs reporting ASAP. Coming from you, that makes me nervous. What's happened? Thanks, Leela, but I can do it. I mean, please, let me tell him. I've kept this to myself for too long. All records hold that the Newman race died out centuries ago. It's a marvel to discover they're still alive. But to think that I've been conversing with one all along. I'm sorry, Mare. I know I shouldn't have waited this long to tell you. She apologizes a lot. And that's coming from a Canadian. Girl, don't apologize so much. See, even he agrees. There's nothing for you to apologize for. This is wonderful news. An entire race of brothers and sisters we thought we'd lost forever just came back from the dead. I like your take on things, Darren, but this brings up some serious issues. That Newman Reeve trashed the ruins, then went straight for our throats. I have no idea what his motives were, but I don't think he was looking to make friends. Sarissa, what can you tell us about him? Could I ask you to share your knowledge? What's that sound? Sound? You don't hear it? That whistling? Sounds like something streaking through the air. I hear it now. It sounds familiar. No, no, no! Mr. Mayor, we have an emergency. Distress signals from nearby cities report the impact of large, unidentified objects apparently fallen from orbit. Swarms of unknown hostiles are attacking. What? What's happening? Where are they coming from? Now, the details can wait. The city's in danger. Alert all active hunters. Tell them to brace for the assault immediately. Form a defensive line and get the citizens indoors. Yes, sir. And contact the other cities in the area. Open a line of communication so we can offer support if needed. Right away, sir. Well, it looks like things are about to get busy. Tell us what we can do. I regret to burden you after just getting back from your last job. Do you mind? Yeah. Sarissa, what is it? You seem unwell. Are you exhausted from the last mission? No, I'm fine. I'm sure it's nothing. Your pulse is irregularly high for that to be the case. Are you certain? We need to set up a defensive perimeter. There'll be time to talk about all the nitty-gritty afterwards. Right? Right. And then that exciting climactic battle that they've made FMVs for? Non-interactive. Morning, Leela. You sleep well? For a 2-day showdown, it felt like weeks. Those things are vicious. At least it looks like things have cooled down for now. Okay, and now we're going to go see the mayor. And Sarissa is going to tell us what we kind of already figured out in hour 1 of this game. What's going on? Sarissa asked me to gather you all here today. I'm sorry, guys, we don't have any more time. I know I'm the one who wasted it all. But if we don't act soon, it'll be too late and there'll be no turning back. Okay, whatever. I need you all to listen carefully to what I have to say. For the sake of everyone's survival, and for the sake of our friendship. One of those things might be a little more pressing than the other, hon. I'm ready when you are, Sarissa. Lay it on us. Okay, here goes. First, those shooting stars are descent pods, like the ones we Newmans used to come here from the moon. What? My. The moon? You mean the one that floats in the sky at night? The moon? Yeah, they're whalers on the moon. They carry a harpoon. That's right. We Newmans were born and raised there on the moon's surface. This is a bit difficult to take in. I believe what you're saying is true, but it's a bit hard to process. That does explain why we've never encountered any Newmans living on the surface before. So why come down here now? Those were our orders. No, it'd be more accurate to say that it was prophesized. Prophesized? Care to elaborate on that one? I can try. Captain Reeve was the one in the command of the landing team, but he was taking orders from even higher up. I've never seen our leader in person, just some relief carvings and statues of her. Wait, you've never seen her? Right, not in person. And not just me, that goes for most Newmans. All of us, probably. I'm sure even Reeve hasn't seen her. I've heard everything operates in accordance with spoken commands she delivers remotely. My nose is so itchy. So itchy. Not that I've ever heard her voice myself, either. So you can't see her or hear her, but her rule is absolute. It's as if she's some kind of deity. deity might be the most accurate way to describe her. So it was by Mother Trinity's prophecy that we came here to the surface. Her word is the law, so I obeyed. Mother Trinity. That explains Reeves' reference to a life-giving mother. I see. I find it strange that a people should follow a leader who hides herself from them. That's not important now. What was the nature of the orders you were given? Our mission was twofold. First, we were to monitor the human society on the surface. Second, we were to prevent the humans from unearthing the old technology by lethal force if necessary. Were you told why? We were taught that humans were the ones who reduced the planet to the wasteland it is today. That they chased off the Newmans, forced the castes into slumber, and drove the world around them to ruin. Yeah, subtlety is not a strength of the genre. To make sure they didn't... That's why we had to monitor them, to make sure they didn't repeat the same mistakes. That was the mission Mother Trinity gave us. That tale reeks of bias, but I suppose I'm biased myself as a human. Still, could our forefathers have done that? Facts aside, 5 minutes with that Reeve guy will tell you that these people are given a pretty skewed education. I agree. I was a product of that education too. At first I believed it, but the longer I spent here, the more I started doubting. Anything, whatever happened in the past, blah blah blah. At least that explains why he was so determined to destroy the ruins. He was afraid we would gain too much knowledge from them and abuse it. Thankfully, there are Newmans willing to look past their preconceptions to see us as peers. They aren't all enemies. Sarissa, you give me hope for a day when Newmans can join in our society. But for now, the threat remains. Spoken like a politician. Back to those descent pods, as you called them. What are the hostiles being released from those pods? Guard robots. They handled security and defense on the lunar surface. I'm sure Reeve reported to Mother Trinity that humans and castes posed a threat to our survival, which led her to sic those robots on the cities where the populations are densest. Don't you suppose we could meet with her to convince her that we desire peace? Honestly, I couldn't say. We'd have to give it a try. The problem is getting there. It's true. We have no means of space travel here. Do you have any way of communicating with the moon, Sarissa? Hallelujah. I don't. We were told that secure wireless communication on the surface wasn't possible. And I assume that, as the name implies, descent pods only travel one way. But how was the team sent to the surface meant to get back home then? Well, you remember Reeves' aircraft? It's capable of spaceflight. Everything else was built to be disposable. Unfortunately, that leaves us with little recourse. Actually, we're in luck. Wait, what? Have you been keeping some new secret weapon under wraps? I only wish. Sorry, that was a joke. If we had that sort of technology, we'd have used it long before now. A joke? For crying out loud! I'm sorry, you're right, it wasn't... So he actually doesn't have anything. You mean like a teleporter to the moon? Oh, come on. If that existed, we'd know by now. We can't... No, wait! A teleporter to the moon. Maybe, just maybe. Back home, I had this book of stories. I guess they were more legends than historical fact, but still. One story I read talked about a gate of light that connected the moon to the surface world. You don't suppose they meant the celestial pillar? That's what I'm wondering. That was my first thought when I saw it there. I can't say for sure, but it could be. Fantastical as it sounds, I suppose it's possible. Wait, a gate of light? Why does that sound familiar? Ah, there, in this body's submemory. It's showing instances of the term. One instance contains at least partial directions to the site. I'd call this Providence. That, and we don't have any other leads. Looking for a road to the moon. Sounds like a pipe dream, but we'll just have to trust in it for now. I'd like the four of you to find that gate, if it exists, as soon as possible. I'll handle the guild side of things. You can take it on as a quest. I'm not asking you to fight alone. As soon as I can restore some order to the city, I'll send more hunters along. If anyone can, it's you. And there we go, so we have our next mission. And we are not going to complete that mission this week, but we'll get some of it done. But first, a little shopping spree. Okay, we don't have anything better than what we got now, just here. What about you? Let's see. And only casts can use traps, so those are... That's why there's the little red circle there. Oh, okay. I'm at some point going to have to come down here and buy some skate dolls. For right now, 4 photon drops isn't really enough for anything good. Only their most impressive parts. Oh god, yeah, the Phantasy Star 2 shop music, man. This is the path to the Celestial Pillar? A creepy place. I doubt this place sees much in the way of traffic. You three should be fine, though. Don't you mean us four? Eh, forget it. Ogie, are we where we should be? We're on target. This is the spot they once called the Path to the Gate of Light. I've verified the coordinates. It seems illogical, but this is our only lead. We'll have to trust it and push onward blind. It's been a while. Wait, does that mean you've been there before? Nope, never been. I just know of a group of cocky kid hunters who tried to get there once. Really? Is that a human fable or something? No, definitely not a fable, and I'm afraid it's not the kind of story that would make for an interesting read. I don't know about that. I'm interested. Would you mind telling me about it? Okay, but we should keep moving. Let's cover a little more ground first. Weapons and protective gear can be upgraded with grinders. Limits vary from item to item. And so these are the bats I was talking about a while ago. Much like bats in every other video game, they're small, very mobile, and they fly around in groups. Well, the group part is Where they're small, mobile, and hard to hit, specifically. Which is why using the charge attack was kind of helping out. So these enemies are pretty obvious. They got that distinct nose that sticks out of the ground, so they can lie in ambush. And the big pink nose is pretty conspicuous in this area, but well, you'll see what their story is either at the end of this stream or possibly not until next week, but still. I believe we are at this point kind of halfway through the game, roughly. The stages do get longer, so that kind of stretches it out a little bit, but there's actually not that many missions left to go. And these things are that. They're like turrets that fire shrapnel. And convincing your little AI partners to either not trigger the thing or not stand in front of it is tricky. Keep doing that. I'm gonna go over here. Witch's Broom. My guess is that's probably a wand that looks like a broom. Either way. Getting a bit of slowdown, but that's fine. Always kind of preferred slowdown to drop frames anyway. Those boxes are another form of trap. If you get stuck in it when it deploys, you can't move. And then eventually they explode. Okay, if we cross that green beam, it'll set off a trap. There's a panel over here. If I push that, it just turns it off. Also, thankfully your AI partners can't trigger any alarms, so if they walk through the beam, nothing happens. Clear bangle. I don't want to use it, but I want to show it off just real quick. This is another... Oh, I also have a stun clear bangle. You can see that? Basically, look over here, we have our new combo. And so this one, it's to shield you bash people with. And if you hold down the lock-on button, it holds it up defensively. That's one of the more, I was going to say unique weapon types. I don't know if it is, it's just one that I don't typically use. Alright, and do a little backtracking here. feel like I've seen that. Oh yeah, they're daggers. They look cool, but they're not as powerful as the ones I'm using now. Okay, Kai, we've come a good ways. How about telling us that story now? Story? Wait, what? The story of the hunters who set out for the Celestial Pillar. You mentioned it before. I thought deterioration in human memory didn't begin until a more advanced age. But allow me to ask, are you alright, Kai? Mentally, I mean. Pretending to be worried doesn't give you a license to be sarcastic. Well, that's how sarcasm works, actually. And I didn't forget, I guess I just kinda spaced out. And I told you, it's nothing that great, so you two can put away the expectant puppy dog eyes, okay? Well, spice it up then. Hey, throw me a bone already. Fine, but I'm giving you the short version. So there was this city with a young up-and-coming hunter, I'd say around you and Leela's age. Now he was good. He'd take care of quests solo that gave other hunters trouble in packs. A real ace. Well, it wasn't long before he got thinking he could do anything. Strong or not, he was still just a dumb kid. He got a group of kids together and they ran around going on and on about solving the world's mysteries. My God, these numbers are off the charts! Well, what's obvious mystery number one? The Celestial Pillar. So, they set out, with no idea how far it was. Of course, all the adults were against it. Lots of folks had tried to reach the pillar, but none had ever come back. Well, any fool could have told you that the grown-ups forbidding it would backfire. Call it reverse psychology. So they up and ran off one night with no more than their youth and the stupid confidence it gave them. At first, the going was smooth. They were all skilled hunters, after all. Hostiles went down with no problem. But as the days went on and the months crept by, they started dropping off, one by one. Know why? It was the air. Invisible toxins that polluted the air paired with the exhaustion made for a lethal combination. That's when they realized it. This was why nobody ever came back. This is what gets everyone in the end. But it was already too late. They'd lost track of the way back to the city. All they could do was keep moving on. Well, their numbers kept dropping until finally there was just one kid left. The boy who had thought this all up. Didn't take a genius to see how stupid he'd been, how much suffering he'd caused his friends and family. But he couldn't stop now, he couldn't turn back. All he could do was keep walking towards the Celestial Pillar. And that's the story. Wait, that's it? How does it end? Does it end? Did he ever make it? Don't tell me he... No, he didn't die. Seems he just so happened to have a naturally high resistance to the pollution. He kept on walking and walking, long past the point where he knew why he was still walking. And? The world's a big place, and humans are a tough little species. He eventually ran smack into a city he'd never heard of before and wound up settling down there. He forgot all about unraveling the world's mysteries and actually listened to the old hunter's advice. He grew up and decided to take it easy. What? You see? I knew you'd be disappointed. You can't say I didn't warn you that it was going to be a lame story. This isn't one of those fairy tales you like so much. It's the story of a dumb kid who thought he was special. Sorry you asked now, huh? No, of course not. It still has a good lesson, even if it wasn't a big romantic adventure. So is that hunter still alive today? Who can say? I guess you could hunt around the city for him when we get back. Yeah, just might bump into him. Yeah, maybe I will. Thanks, Kai. It was a good story. No biggie. Say, Kai, Sarissa didn't seem to pick up on it, but the way you told that story... You must be talking about your... Some things are best left unsaid, Ogie. If Sarissa didn't pick up on something, then that's how we should leave it. 'Cause Lord knows everyone else in the room picked up on it. Now, if we end up having to restart this, yeah, it's him. He's the kid. That's pretty much what they were implying. And yeah, so good thing is, if we have to restart this mission next week, all of the story bits that we've already seen will just be skipped automatically. So it'll just rush us through everything, get us to the gameplay. And... Sarissa, may I ask you a question? Sure, what is it? Were there any casts in your city? No, I'm sorry. We were taught about you in books, but I'd never seen one before I came here. I see. If there were, I'd hope they might provide a clue to our lost memories. Were there no humans either? Nope, just us Newmans. But humans and Newmans look pretty similar, so it was no big surprise meeting humans for the first time. Do all Newmans think humans are a lesser race? Sorry, that sounded harsher than I meant it. I'm afraid it's probably true. We've always been taught to think that. The first thing we learn in school is that the cause of what you call the Great Blank, the atrocities of the humans. The wars they started, which chased the Newmans off the planet, the way they forced the castes into stasis, and then how they destroyed the environment and turned the surface into a wasteland. That's what we're told, anyway. I guess I can see how you'd think we're a pack of idiots if that's what you were raised to believe. And it's not like I know for a fact that all of that isn't true. We were taught that until 100 or so years ago, our forefathers lived underground to avoid the pollution. I can't imagine they'd have destroyed their own world, but who knows? I guess stranger things have happened. Like on this little planet called Earth. Well, of course, that's a spoiler for not this game. That doesn't come up in this one. It's true. So no one can really say for sure. Nobody's left who was alive back then. Still, with that said, I don't think that everything I learned on the moon is true anymore. Yeah, overthinking the matter is unlikely to yield any new conclusions. The data simply isn't there. Exactly. So we just need to go up and have a little chat with Mother Trinity. That should clear everything up. Now come on, I'm sure everybody back at the city is working their tails off right about now. The last thing we want to do and get back is suffer through another lecture from the mayor. And we're in the flower field. So as I mentioned earlier, this is why those guys have those pink noses. So that they can hide in these flower fields and ambush, well, whatever, food I imagine. Second fun fact about this area, this is the only room in this room. Excuse me, wow. Talking is hard. This room is unique. It only appears once in the game in this exact spot. And it's not relevant to the main story, but it does become relevant to a side quest. Because the side quests in this game all take place in the same maps. Well, the maps are randomly generated, but the maps... The areas are all procedurally generated, but the environments are the same. Ugh, that was a difficult to get out. And we get some more of this. I'm a fool. I thought I knew how bad the pollution was in the unmapped lands. It was me, not him. And so we'd been bumping into these cryptic little things for this whole game, and now we know what those are. Those are records of the Hunter kids trying to find the Celestial Pillar. And if you go back and reread them, it sort of connects. It looks like there's about 10 minutes left. Do I want to go... I can probably get another room out. Ooh, we get the big guys now. This is a fun enemy. He starts spinning and bouncing like that. You really just gotta stay away from him while he's doing that. Any contact will cause damage. And then he falls over and it takes him a minute to get back on his feet. There's little destructible walls in some places, and you can sometimes collect scrap material from them. Oh my goodness. No regrets. Everyone's gone now, but I'm happy to have spent time with you. You kept me... ... Oh, do we have time to do that? I think we have time for this. Is that a teleporter? Looks like it, but it's huge. Never seen one close to that size before. Let's go check it out. Wait, we're not alone here. Be careful. Nothing is ever easy. Get ready, guys. We've got hostiles on the way. And so this is another stage that doesn't have a boss fight. And instead, we fight more of these guys. They gave us two of the tough ones right out of the gate. That's... Because they realized I was pressed for time, and so they had to complicate things. But this isn't a particularly challenging part of the game. All you really gotta do is be kind of opportunistic with these guys. Is chasing them down kind of annoying. Just wait for them to fall over. And we're gonna get another wave. Okay, so... And so there isn't really much point in targeting a specific enemy here. You really just want to pick one that happens to fall over nearby and just wail on them. It is a good idea to maybe try and keep your eye on the other ones if you turn the camera just the right way. There you go. Sometimes they roll instead of bouncing, makes them real hard to dodge. Another level up. Going to be a third wave? Yes. Okay. The timing is going to be damn near perfect. Oh, Dimate, yeah, that's fun. Fluid, saw atomizers, grinder. I thought I saw something good. Oh, I must have grabbed it. Brigandine armor. I'll pick that up. I want to have a look at it. Okay, let's see here. Well, okay, yeah, compared to scale armor plus 40, it's... It would be better defense than a unmodified scale armor. That doesn't matter. Okay, here goes. Hey, what gives? Come on, it's not working. Teleport us already. There must be a switch around here or something to activate it. Aha! Over there! Okay, you guys sit tight. Nobody move, you hear me? Kai, wait. I have more experience with these old machines than you do. You're in no shape to be pushing that body. Just stay there and keep those hostiles back. Alright, I understand. This would be a lot easier if we didn't have an endless train of hostiles to slog through. Kai, hurry! We can't keep this many at bay for long. Working fast as I can, thanks! Kai, what are you doing? If you found the switch, hit it and get back here. I'm on my way. No, I'm not. Sorry, guys. Wait, what? What are you saying, Kai? Look at the situation, Sarissa. I can't get back there without bringing all these hostiles with me. So I'm just gonna have to commit a noble self-sacrifice. You know what we have to do, what we came here to do. Given that, this is a no-brainer. That's also why he said the three of you at the beginning of this mission. You idiot! Take a look around you!
Guys. You three go on without me! Get to the moon! Promise me you'll save our friends living here on the surface!
No! Kai!
It's too late!
Let go of me! Kai! Kai!
And that's where we're gonna end things this week. Because, according to my clock, it is 10 o'clock exactly. But even more to the point, there's going to be a very, very large exposition dump, and luckily we'll be able to get that out of the way first thing next week. And it's going to answer a whole lot of questions. It's going to be a whole lot of dialogue. Yeah. So, thanks again, everyone, for coming over. And actually, before I do, let's just... There. So, thanks again, everyone, for coming over and hanging out with me. This was a lot of fun. This is still a very high favorite DS game. Very high up there of all-time favorite games. I'm having a great time. And, let's see here. We're past the halfway point for sure. And Seward is streaming, so let's get ready to raid everybody. Calls to action. Follow, subscribe, smash the like button and the bell. I don't know. Let's get the raid going.